regarding the job content and okay, I have some queries for them. We will see.
Okay, nice. All right, and we've also got Arvina. Arvina, how's it going?
Nice. It is great time. It is great day. Everything is fine.
Okay, great. And Arvino, where are you from?
I am from Kyrgyzstan. It's a country in Asia.
Kazakhstan.
Kyrgyzstan. It is near Kazakhstan.
Okay. And what do you like to do for fun? What do you do in your free time?
Oh, I like yoga. I practice yoga. I have been practicing yoga for 2 years, and I love it. I really adore it. So it is my hobby, and it is my life.
Nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Emilio, have you ever tried yoga, Emilio?
No, never,
No?
never. But okay, it sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Yes,
No,
it is great.
I'm a very active person. I do a lot of sport, and okay, I don't see myself doing yoga. Maybe okay, it's an internal barrier I have in mind.
You should try once
Yeah, sure.
and see if it is for you or it is not for you. But mostly women go to you for yoga. It's one more reason for men to attend this club. We, we have only one man and about 50 women in our club.
Okay, then definitely I have to try.
Yes. Only because of it you should try.
Okay, both reasons, yeah.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah. Yoga is really popular in Costa Rica. There are a lot of people who come down and do yoga here.
And what about you? Have you ever tried?
No, actually, I've got really bad wrists, so I can't like bend them backwards, which is kind of a problem for a lot of yoga. But I've thought about it.
Yes. Okay. But I am a teacher, and once I felt that I am getting more and more nervous, and I tried to find a way to relax, to calm me down, and yoga helped me very much in it. So that is why it's not only physical help, it's emotional
Yeah.
help too, as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a lot of friends who really like it. And Emilio, welcome. Oh, not Emilio. Sorry, Emilio. Sergio, welcome back to class. Sergio, how's it going?
Hey Josh, hey everyone. I'm well, I'm well. What about
Nice.
you?
Doing well, thanks. Did you finish reading the story from the last class? Did you finish reading?
Yes.
What'd you think?
Actually, I when you left the class, I went to grab some water, and but this was really interesting. I mean, because it's not only she was like a really aware about how to control herself about pain and how to handle about this, but emotionally maybe she need to do some yoga, I think.
Yes.
Oh, by the way.
Oh, yeah. That's perfect. Good. And Julia, welcome to class. Julia, how's it going?
I'm doing great, thank you, and I'm really happy to see you again and to be on Verblin class because I
Yeah,
was absent 2 weeks. Yes.
Yeah, what happened?
I came back to my motherland and I met with my friends, with my relatives. I was in my brother's wedding, so it was absolutely fantastic 2 weeks, and I rest a little bit.
Yeah, I rested a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. How was the wedding?
Great. It was Ukrainian's wedding. It's so funny and I like it. I like participating in any competitions and weddings.
There are competitions?
Yes, yes. It's like yes, like competitions, dancing, singing with other guests, like this one.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Just
Mm-hmm.
remember, we would say Ukrainian weddings are a lot of fun. Um,
Uh-huh.
funny, it's more like a joke, so it'd make you laugh,
Uh-huh.
but
Uh-huh.
yeah, so it's
Uh-huh.
slightly different. So like the joke was funny, but the wedding was fun, or weddings generally are a lot of fun.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay.
But good. Yeah, that sounds great. And let's go to today's class. So media, it'll be a perfect class for you today.
Yeah, thank you.
And Emilio, can you read the title and the next few lines?
Okay. Job interview, second part. Today, we will learn job interview vocabulary, practice the what's your weakness question, form anecdotes, practice asking each other questions and give each other suggestions.
Yeah, suggestions.
Suggestions.
Nice, suggestions. And let's have Emilio. Can you ask Alvina the first question?
Sure. Alvina, if you had to ask an interview question to a potential employee, what question would you ask and why?
So I always confuse this employee and employer. Employee is person who hire people, yeah? Am I right?
An employer is a person who hires people.
Employee who is seeking for a job.
Yeah, exactly.
Potential employee. So why have you chosen our company? And what do you know about our company?
Nice. Why would you choose that question?
Because I want to know if it is a serious candidate and he gathered some information about our company and he has a serious intention about his future job.
Okay, is serious. Okay, yeah. I want to know if it's a serious candidate who gathered information about our company and is serious about the job. Yeah, I think that's great. Good answer. Arvina, can you ask Yulia the next question?
Sure. Brainstorm some question you never want someone to ask you in a job interview.
I'm absolutely opposite. I don't want to hear such question like what do you know about our company? And such question like why we should hire you? And do you have the right personality for this job? So some private questions, I think.
Okay. Why do you think you wouldn't want to hear why should we hire you and do you have the right personality for this job? Why would you dislike those questions? Can you explain?
Because because I can't tell about myself. How to explain you? I can't tell about myself just only positive sides of me. Like, oh, I'm so I have a good imagination. I'm so energetic. Like this one, like represent myself. I do it not good.
I don't do it well.
Yeah, don't do it well. Don't do it well.
And maybe we could say I don't like talking about myself, about positive sides of myself.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. What about you, Sergio? What questions would you never want somebody to ask you in a job interview?
Mm, I think such questions is Julia said, they are questions that really put us in our put us out of the comfort zone. But unfortunately, these kind of questions are more often being asked during the job interviews, because now it's more about behavior. They call it some behavioral interviews. It's not more only just for a question like how's your skills. You have the skills that fit, that they are suitable with this position, something like that. It's more about how you feel when you are under pressure.
More about how you react, maybe, when you're under pressure?
More. It's more about how you react when you are under pressure. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it's always, Albina, it's always a problem for Russian people to praise themselves.
Yes, I think it's culture issues to praise. So it is really difficult to find three positive adjectives about character. I work as a teacher, and it is the most difficult part of lesson when I ask them. So tell three positive things about you, and they say we cannot. So we cannot say positive.
Yeah.
They can say negative. So it is culture issue, I think, more.
Yeah, no, I believe it. I think, yeah, definitely depends on the person, but culture too. Cool. And does anybody have any questions on this page? Okay. Let's go, and Emilio, can you read the words?
You mean the words, the listed words, or in the picture? Because in the picture
Yeah.
I need my glasses.
In the list of words.
Okay, vocabulary. Formulated, qualifications, adept, adaptable, personable, handle, fair, dependable, creative, logical.
Nice. Formulated.
Formulated.
And personable. Personable, sorry. Personable. Other than that, you did a really great job.
Thanks.
Okay. And does anybody have any questions about any of these words?
Yes, adept. So does it mean something similar to loyalty? Loyalty.
Reality.
Loyalty. Faithful. To be faithful.
Loyalty.
Loyalty. Yes.
Not quite. Does anybody have ideas what adept means?
It's synonymous at proficient.
Yeah, synonymous to or with proficient.
Like very skilled person.
Okay, I would say experienced person with a job, or with the skills which are needed to fit the job.
But is that for adept or qualifications?
Excuse me?
I'm talking about adept.
You're talking about, can you repeat that one more time?
No, I given my view regarding adept. I see experience as a synonymous.
Experienced is a synonym? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Experienced would be a synonym. Okay. And any other questions? Okay. What does, maybe, let's have Emilio. Can you make a sentence with formulate or formulated?
Yes. Let me think. Oh, sorry. I don't catch it. I don't find any sentence now.
Okay, maybe. What about you, Albina? Could you make a sentence maybe with formulate or formulated?
Could you formulate your requirement more clearly?
Formulate your requirements more clearly. Yeah. Could you formulate? Okay. Yeah, that would be good. You formulate clearly. Okay. Right. And let's have. Julia, can you read the comic?
Frankly, Mr. Daniels, if this were my resume, I wouldn't have lied. This one? Joshua?
He's mute.
Joshua, hello.
There's some issue with his connection.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, Julia, can you repeat resume?
It's about Mr. Daniels, yes?
Yeah, resume. Resume is the word.
Frankly, Mr. Daniels, if this were my resume, I wouldn't have lied.
Okay, I would have lied.
I would have lied.
Resume.
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 Good. And Sergio, what's happening in this comic?
Probably he's telling this guy that he's lying. He's not. Maybe he's not believing on this content. What he's reading.
It's slightly different, actually. Maybe Amelia, do you think you can explain the comic?
Okay, I understand that the resume is so poor that the interviewer is telling the candidate that in case the resume was his, he will lie because he doesn't fit at all the job.
Yeah, exactly. So the resume is so bad that the boss, who would usually want an honest interview or an honest resume, so the boss is usually the one trying to weed out people who are lying. In this case, the boss is like, wow, this is so bad, I think you should lie. You should not be telling the truth. Yeah, really nice job, Amedio. Does anybody have any questions or comments on this page?
Yeah, sorry, exactly about vocabulary. I lost this word, dependable, what it means. What does
Okay.
dependable mean?
Good question. Does anybody know what dependable means?
Okay, yes, I think synonym is trustworthy.
Yeah, trustworthy. So somebody who does what they say, someone you can rely on, depend on, trust to do something. Maybe even well. that answer your question, Julia?
Yeah, well, thank you. Yes.
Okay. And any other questions before we move on? Okay. And then let's do a little bit of reading. Arvina, can you read the title and the first paragraph?
Ideas. Prepare for the what's your weakness question. Most people overthink this question and give a canned answer like, I am too much of a perfectionist. Others give a genuine answer but still fall short of what this question is really asking. It's not about admitting your weaknesses. It is about showing how you overcome them. What system have you put in place? What progress have you made? Include those thoughts to strengthen your answer.
Nice. What progress have you made? Include those thoughts to strengthen your answer. You did a really nice job. Great pronunciation of canned, genuine, weaknesses. All of those are really tough words. Yeah, you did a really nice job with your pronunciation. That was impressive.
Thanks.
Julia, what is this saying?
Can you repeat, please, your question?
Yeah, so what's happening in this first paragraph? What's it trying to say?
It's like it's like kind of personal question when somebody asks you, especially on job interviews, you're like, you can't answer this question, you lost your mind, and yes, am I answered correct? Joshua?
Sorry, yeah, is my answer correct? You're on maybe the right track. So what's your weakness? Like, what are some of your shortcomings? What are your failures? The things you need to work on. So this is trying to say it's not about admitting your weaknesses, and you shouldn't give a canned answer. What is a canned answer, maybe, Julia?
Canned answer. It's like standard answer, no?
Yeah, a standard answer, something that's just like fake, canned. It's got this idea of standard and fake, and just like not of good quality, generally. Okay, so it's not about giving a canned answer, and it's not about admitting your weaknesses. What's it about?
Should I read it or what? I can understand.
So, yeah.
It's about showing how you overcome them.
Yeah, and what's that mean? It's about showing how you overcome them.
Can you give me a hand?
Yeah, so it's about kind of explaining what you're doing to try to make your weaknesses not weaknesses anymore. So this is what it's saying. So it's not about giving a canned answer that's, subtly actually a strength. And it's not about admitting your weaknesses. It's about talking about what you're doing to make your weaknesses not weaknesses anymore. So Sergio, can you read the examples?
Yes. Example. Weak. My weakness is that I struggle to run efficient meetings. Strong. I sometimes struggle to run efficient meetings. I have worked to improve my drafting and agenda before every meeting, sending it to all participants, and then following up with a recap and clear action items so everyone knows what to do moving forward.
Good. I've worked to improve by drafting an agenda.
I've worked to improve by drafting an agenda.
Good. Nicely done. Does anybody have any questions on this page?
By drafting an agenda.
Drafting an agenda. Does anybody know what it means to draft an agenda?
Yes, I
Making a
think.
plan. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So make a plan.
Thank you.
Kind of like a schedule. Like a really short schedule.
It is very useful part, a very useful question, because it is very often asked and it is very difficult to answer.
Yeah, for sure. Any other questions here? And let's have Sergio. Can you ask Emilio the question?
Okay. Emilio, tell us, what's your weakness and how you overcome it?
Okay. I have to admit that in the past, I used to face difficulties to manage conflicts among team members. And because of that, I train myself to give open feedback to my colleagues, and I train as well the active listening as a tool to improve my capabilities. And then I feel quite comfortable when the conflicts rise and I know how to solve them.
Okay. And now. So, would you say this is a weakness now?
No, I said that now I feel comfortable dealing with the conflict and I know how to solve.
Yeah, exactly. So, actually, first, let's look at comfortable. Can you repeat comfortable?
Comfortable.
Good. Comfortable. So, because now you feel comfortable with it, it's not necessarily a weakness anymore. So, this is a really good answer, and when you were still working on these things, I think it would have been a really good answer when you were still training.
Okay.
But because now you're better at it, it's not necessarily a weakness anymore. So if you want to change the answer to some extent, you could say, I have a little bit of difficulty managing conflicts among my team members, but I am training, and I'm like training in active listening. I am giving open feedback in order to deal with it, and it's getting better. Something that still would be a problem, but really good answer.
Thank you.
Okay, and Ken, welcome to class. Ken, how's it going?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you for asking. Let's have Emilio. Can you ask Albina the same question?
Albina, what's your weakness?
I am too demanded person, and I always plan everything very carefully beforehand and expect the same from other people. And now I am trying to be more flexible and put myself into their shoes, into their position, because if the person hasn't done anything, he could have a very serious reason. And first of all, you should find out about his problem, why. And in order to overcome my shortcoming, I attend yoga, as I had said before.
Okay. Nice. Put myself into other people's shoes. Can you repeat that?
Uh-huh. Put myself into other people's shoes.
Good. And then I'm too demanding.
I'm too demanding.
Yeah. Okay, good. Really nicely done. Okay, and maybe Julia, what about you?
I think I have the worst weakness ever. I'm late everywhere, even I late on my work. And I don't know how to deal with it, really. I'll try to get up early. Okay, I got up early, but I late. And now I do like I just wake up, just take a shower, do some makeup, and go to my work and drink a cup of tea here and something like this one, because I haven't another choice. I will be woke up even I get up early.
Can you repeat that last sentence one more time?
I because I haven't how to tell it. No, just okay. Can you lift it?
Okay, sure. Yeah, generally do my makeup. Okay, so that's what we do. So do my makeup. So you use the possessive pronoun, so do my makeup, or put on some makeup.
Uh-huh.
And that would go. So it's one or the other, really. But nicely done. And so you're always late. Maybe...
Because when I'm drinking a cup of tea, every time I watch the news, and I take some eat for my cat, and take breakfast for my husband. So a lot of deal.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe one thing you could kind of focus on, maybe like setting alarms at certain times. You know, just talk about like, yeah, little things that you could be doing or that you're trying to do in the future to deal with your lateness. You know, set an alarm for the time you should be done with tea, should be done with the television, should be done with breakfast, and so you can. I
decided to drink coffee at my workplace because it's safer for me.
That works too. And yeah, so delegate, Sergio, is a little bit different. To delegate is like to hand out tasks. So you can delegate work to your employees, delegate things they have to do. Yeah, put myself in other people's shoes is imagine if you were somebody else. Yeah, some sort of empathy, having empathy for other people. All right, and I guess last one, Sergio, what about you? What's your weakness?
Okay. My weakness. I used to be a shy person since in my teenager, and I got some issue like when I was on college and I had to make some presentation participation during the class. But after this, I realized that I should to overcome, and I decided to work on this really hard. And I have overcome this, and the result was in my last job, for example, I was responsible for training, making presentations, doing workshops, conference calls, summits, something like that.
Nice. I think the same thing kind of with Emilio. Not necessarily a weakness anymore, unless you try to make it so it is still a weakness and so something that you still struggle with, which is maybe a little bit dishonest, but also kind of a good tool. So a weakness that, you know, maybe to some extent you're still struggling with shyness and you always have to, you know, get over it. And so you do put yourself in all these situations where you can't be shy, where you have to give presentations, and by doing it all the time, you know, you're gaining skills, but maybe, you know, claim that you're still shy to some extent. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. So just put it as still a weakness and not really a strength, or it's something that you're still struggling with. Okay. And let's go on. Well, does anybody have any questions here? Okay. And Ken, can you read the title and the first paragraph?
Okay. Some interviews include tough analytical questions. Whether you are solving for an extra number, exact number, what's the EBITDA of company X, or rough estimate how many ping pong balls can fit in a Boeing 777. It's important to talk through what? 777.
You did a good job. Just is funny.
Okay.
Would you say it's a Boeing 777?
77. That's 777. Okay. It's important to talk through your thinking. Don't just give an answer. Show how you got there.
Good. You did a really nice job. Again, so this 777, it's only with Boeing aircraft. So you'd say the 747. That's the only way we would ever use that number and pronounce it like that. So you probably won't see it again, or at least not often. A rough estimate. So the verb to estimate and an estimate.
Estimate.
Sounds like estimate, and then that's estimate. Can you repeat to estimate and an estimate?
To estimate, an estimate, to estimate,
Nice.
Maybe now, as a noun, first syllable should be stressed.
Estimate. The first syllable is stressed in both of them. In the second verb, we have the long A sound. And then
estimate.
with the noun.
Estimate and estimate.
Estimate.
Okay.
Yeah. So rough estimate. Analytical questions.
Analytical questions.
Good. And Emilio, can you read? Well, can you read this part?
The sample, okay. Consider these two answers to how many loan movers are there today in the United States? Weak. After 45 seconds of silence, you blurt out 75 million. Strong. You are talking the entire way through, sharing your calculations and assumptions.
Calculations and assumptions. Can you repeat assumptions?
Assumptions.
And calculations.
Calculations.
Yeah. And Alvina, can you read this paragraph?
Sure. The next one, yes, am I right? Let's start from the top down. Assuming the US population is 300 million and each household average 3 people. When we have 100 million families in the US, let's assume urban households don't have lawns to mow and therefore only suburban and rural families buy lawn mowers. If roughly 25% of America is urban and 75% is suburban and rural, then we have 75 million households that own a lawn mower.
Wow.
Sorry, nicely done, really good work. A couple of small things. Assuming.
Assuming. Assuming.
Averaging. Averages.
Averages.
Іздай.
Urban.
Urban.
Suburban.
Suburban. Suburban.
Suburban. Yeah, really nicely done. Okay.
Okay.
Any questions here? Yeah. So yeah, this is kind of how you would answer analytical questions. And if nobody has any questions, we can go on to the next page. So last call for questions. All right. And then one more suggestion. Let's have Ken. Oh, wait. No. Yuria, can you read this part?
Brainstorm 3 PAR anecdotes. Your interview is as memorable as the stories you share. Many people have fascinating experiences, but forget them when they're on this spot. To remedy this, have 3 anecdotes ready to plug into your interview. Your anecdotes should follow a simple format. Should I read the format? Yes?
Sorry, let's stay here. Memorable.
Memorable.
Memorable. Good.
Memorable.
Perfect. And Sergio, can you read the next part?
Yeah. Problem. What was the situation? Action. What did you do to solve it? Result. What changed afterwards? With this format, you can adapt your PAR anecdotes to fit on a variety of questions, such as tell me about a time you worked with a team, or when have you struggled most?
Good. Nicely done. Anecdotes. Can you repeat anecdotes?
Anecdotes.
Yeah, anecdotes.
Anecdotes.
Good. And situation.
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 Situation. Good. There you go. And got it. Okay, does anybody have any questions here? Okay, let's go maybe Emilio. So can you tell me a PAR anecdote or a PAR anecdote about a time you struggled the most?
Do you mean regarding job? No?
Yeah. So it could be job or school, generally like a task that you have to do, something that could be, somewhat related to a job at least.
Okay, I can tell you situation I had to manage 1 year ago when, because of the economic situation, we had to reduce the size of the company in Spain, and I got the task to close down around 20 outlets, and I succeed doing the task by opening a fair negotiation with the trade unions, with the landlords, and finally 99% of almost everybody signed the agreement we offer to them, and we were able to close the deal without any damage for the company image. Joshua, are you there?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, sorry.
Really well done. That was great. Yeah, nice grammar too. Okay. And what about you, Arvina? Can you tell me about a time you struggled the most?
Yes, I once I had a very terrible student. It was a teenager. He was 14, and he was a real bully. His behavior was aggressive, and once he even threw a book towards me. And he could stand, he could move, so he behaved inappropriate. And I tried to find out the reason why he did it, and I spoke to his friend, to his close friend, and he explained me that this teenager fell in love with a girl from our class, and he just showed off in front of her. So we, as you know, for teenagers, it can be a very important thing, their first love. So we spoke with him about this girl, and I recommended him to do to make a present for her birthday. And after that, they went out, and his behavior was much better.
Nice. Much better. Okay, good. That's a good anecdote. Yeah, I think I made a couple small changes inappropriately. So he behaved, so because you're trying to modify how he behaved inappropriately. We want to use the adverb. But good. Really nicely done. Ken, what about you? Do you have any anecdotes about the time you struggled the most?
Yeah, in order to go to America as an exchange student, I needed to get a requirement score from the American Graduate School, but it was not easy. The requirement score was not so high compared with the average requirement from American Graduate School, because it was a how can I say, exchange student program. But even though I struggled to get that score, at that time paper-based TOEFL was available, and I took that test again, but I couldn't reach the requirement score. I got a scholarship, and and only one thing I couldn't do was to get the requirement score. So I was thinking seriously about that, and I realized to take TOEIC, computer-based TOEIC, sorry, TOEFL. So because computer-based TOEFL require writing exam, and I was taking a lot of academic writing class in the graduate school, so I decided to go to Osaka to take PBT, and I got the requirement score, only one PBT. So I think sometimes changing strategy is important.
Nice. Yeah, I could not quite keep up with you. You did a good job. I still struggled to get the score. I took the test again, but I couldn't reach the requirement score. Maybe the required score instead of the requirement score.
Ah, yeah, required score. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
The other thing I couldn't do is okay. So you went to Osaka and did the got the score. Cool, nice. And Yurio, what about you?
Really, I have a PA story because I
have a what story?
I know the problem. I'll try to do some actions, but I don't know what result is it now because I'm not working at this place now.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So the problem is like very the same with Albina's situation. When I was working at the telecommunication department, I have one student, even today I remember his name. So every time he came to my department and told me how I need to do my work, how I need to behave myself, and I don't like it at all because I'm a very demanding person and I know that I did my work well and in time. So I spoke with him. I spoke with my sub-dean, with our deans, and all professors spoke with this student, but he came again and again. And then our sub-dean wanted to expel him because it's bad reputation for our department to have such student because he not only came to my department, also he fight with other students, and now I don't know what happened with him. Does he study or not?
He is studying or not.
Does he change? Did he change his mind and his behavior or not? But I don't know.
Okay.
I think not, because it's his nature to be aggressive.
Yeah. He sounds like a nightmare. It was a student who you were studying with?
Yes.
Okay. So he was not your specific student, he was a student that you were in class along with. So you were not teaching him?
No, I'm not teaching him. I'm just only work with him at the department.
Okay.
Yes, and just he told me that he hate Ukrainians, and that's why he hate me. But I asked him, why you came to Ukraine to study? And he couldn't answer back to this question. So I understood that this is just person mentality.
Why did you come to the Ukraine to study?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, good. And yeah, I think having the result is important. This is good. Maybe, you know, if you change the story a little bit, and so talk about, you know, having this problem and then going to the dean, and then having the dean be on your side and kind of supporting your decision. That's good. And it doesn't really matter what happened to the student as long as you like went through the required courses to solve your problem. And
of course, I understand that. If I were on the job interview, I said in such way you said me, but now I'm on verbal class, and
yeah, okay, but good. That was a really good answer. Sergio, you kind of missed it. We gotta end class. I'm sorry. Thanks for waiting. I've got another class, so if you guys want to come in, I can see you in a minute. But thanks again, and hopefully I'll see you guys all soon.